citizens of St. Johns County have spent nearly $5 million on a museum dedicated to mosquitoes. Is this what they wanted their taxpayers' dollars to go to?
Anastasia Mosquito Control District Board member Martha Gleason resigns in protest of what she calls financial mismanagement. She spoke to Liz Ryan.
One of the several objections Gleason has about how mosquito control spends taxpayers' money is the museum they built.
The district decided to approve a mosquito museum with no citizen input. It was never on a referendum. This is a vanity project, and the taxpayers are paying for it.
She goes on to say she feels the museum is underutilized.
Liz, the compound thing, it's in the middle of nowhere. It sits between the Emergency Operations Center and the Sheriff's Shooting Range, if anybody knows where that is. And currently, the school district has not approved any field trips to this museum.
She also questions whether the other board members are competent to handle taxpayers' dollars.
When I resigned, I was the only board member out of 5 that had any financial background. So right now you have 4 board members that have 0 financial experience, and their number one responsibility is financial oversight. And so for the April meeting, they have decided to hide the financials under the consent agenda because not one of them can ask an intelligent question regarding the financials.
And they're in charge of a lot of money.
The budget is $8 million a year, but they have $11 million basically sitting in the bank, as opposed to returning it to taxpayers.
She has a theory of why they keep the surplus money in reserves.
Tallahassee will give it back. They say, if you don't need that money, you need to give it back to taxpayers. This is how they funded the museum. Okay, let's build a museum. Let's not ask any questions. They say, we use the money so that we don't lose the money. No, you don't have to lose it. You can give it back to taxpayers.
I reached out to all the other members of the board, but haven't heard back. Tomorrow, part 2 of my chat with Martha Gleason. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Liz Ryan.
This local news is a service of your hometown Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. A presentation of the Shell at St. Augustine will be seen and heard soon.
Your input is requested at a St. Johns County Board of Commissioners meeting next Tuesday, April 15th, with Dr. Eric Becker.
Create some awareness about the Shell and its functions, but also then to formalize requests for ongoing assistance from the county as we look to secure a land lease and make this a reality for the citizens of the region. The meeting, we're going to show them a rendering of the facility. It's a proposed form and function rendering to create some awareness in the community of what the facility will do for the community at large and for individual nonprofit arts organizations. Your
presence is requested at the meeting to show your support.
We're encouraging lots of folks to come and show their support and wear blue. The arts organizations become self-sustainable without having to keep going back to the county for ongoing support.
Becker also explains how the project will be paid for.
With a group of private investors and donors that have expressed an interest in supporting the facility and the arts in general, you can go to the website romanzastAugustine.org, and there's a link to the video there so people can see it in advance and then afterwards.
The Epicenter Alliance's proposal is to coordinate or combine the projects for the Shell at St. Augustine and the state's Black History Museum. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnston.
This project is Coastal Highway, State Road A1A, another word for it, from Jimmy Buffett Memorial Highway intersection to 24th Street.
There are a pair of important meetings coming up that you should pay attention to.
Public Information Specialist Bree Isom with the Florida Department of Transportation says they want to add an 8-foot wide trail and improve the drainage along A1A.
So this project increases safety for not only motorists, but pedestrians, bicyclists, children, and other users of that trail that's going to be implemented. So it's going to be an 8-foot wide trail for pedestrians and cyclists, like I said. There's also going to be some drainage improvements as well to improve any roadway flooding. We've had some complaints, with storms and things coming through that area. That end of the road floods easily. So we want to make sure that we improve the drainage in that area.
First up is a virtual meeting from 4:30 to 6 today, followed by an in-person meeting tomorrow from 4:30 to 6 at GTM Research Reserve in Ponte Vedra Beach. For details, go to nflroads.com/VPH. And in other news, the brand new Home Depot at 2905 International Golf Parkway is set to open on April 17th. The store, one of 13 new Home Depots opening nationwide this year, will serve Mill Creek, Westminster, St. Augustine, and new neighborhoods along 9 Mile Road. It's southwest of the Costco and Buc-ee's in the World Golf Village. I'm Daryl Moody reporting.
And now you're up to date with St. Augustine's local morning news. I'm Rich Carroll.